Kamla Persad-Bissessar is back at the center of Caribbean geopolitics, and the timing could not be more sensitive. As tensions simmer between the United States and Venezuela, and as Guyana's oil production continues to transform the balance of power in the region, Trinidad and Tobago now finds itself in a delicate position. Kamla has publicly stated that Trinidad is not involved in any U.S. military operations against Venezuela and is instead committed to peaceful relations, emphasizing diplomacy over confrontation. But neutrality in a region where energy equals influence is never simple. The real question is not just whether Kamla will side with Venezuela over Guyana. The deeper question is whether Trinidad is preparing to reposition itself in a rapidly shifting Caribbean energy order, using strategic partnerships, cross-border projects, and investment diplomacy to protect its long-term interests. Recent developments make this question even more urgent. Energy Minister Roodal Moonilal is traveling to Guyana to participate in the week-long Guyana Energy Conference, accompanied by a 5-member delegation with the Trin Refinery restart high on the agenda. Moonilal has emphasized that this is a priority for Kamla and her administration, and that discussions with Guyana's leadership, including the Office of the President and the Ministry of Natural Resources, will focus on both technical and strategic collaboration. Meetings with top oil majors such as Exxon, Chevron, and TotalEnergies will aim to strengthen Trinidad's position in regional energy projects, support Guyana's downstream initiatives, and explore cross-border investments that could reshape the Caribbean energy landscape. This is a clear signal that Kamla is actively engaging Guyana, building partnerships and expanding Trinidad's regional influence rather than aligning with Venezuela. To understand the stakes, we need to look at the broader context. Guyana is no longer a small, quiet South American country. Major offshore oil discoveries led by Exxon and other international players have transformed Georgetown into a strategic energy hub virtually overnight. Billions of barrels in reserves have shifted the regional balance of power, drawing the attention of the United States, whose corporate and strategic interests are deeply tied to Guyana's offshore production. Stability in Guyana is now a top priority for global investors and international energy stakeholders, making regional diplomacy critical. At the same time, Trinidad and Tobago has long been the Caribbean's energy powerhouse. Its LNG infrastructure, export capacity, and long-standing relationships with global partners have historically made it the region's dominant energy actor. However, Trinidad's domestic production faces challenges, from maturing fields to market pressures, which have created the need for strategic partnerships and innovative investments. Enter Guyana's rise. Its rapid oil growth and new discoveries challenge Trinidad's historical dominance, but also present opportunities for collaboration, investment, and cross-border energy projects, as Moonilal's mission clearly demonstrates. Venezuela remains a complex factor. Despite holding some of the world's largest proven oil reserves, the country continues to struggle with economic instability and sanctions. Territorial claims over Guyana's Essequibo region add a layer of ongoing regional tension, making every decision by Trinidad's leadership more consequential. Kamla's administration, by emphasizing peaceful engagement and prioritizing investment and energy collaboration with Guyana, positions Trinidad strategically between Caracas and Georgetown, maintaining sovereignty while leveraging opportunity. The U.S. factor is equally critical. Washington's interests in the Caribbean are multifaceted: energy security, regional stability, and countering external influence in its hemisphere. Trinidad's public distancing from U.S. military operations against Venezuela, while simultaneously participating in cross-border energy projects with Guyana that align with U.S. energy and strategic interests, demonstrates a careful balancing act. Trinidad is signaling both neutrality and alignment, preserving flexibility while avoiding direct confrontation with Caracas. Moonilal's mention of OFAC licenses and U.S.-compliant investment strategies further underscores that Trinidad is operating within a framework that keeps doors open with Washington without alienating regional partners. Domestically, Kamla must navigate complex political and economic realities. Her government's engagement with the Oilfield Workers Trade Union, which remains an active partner in the refinery restart and other energy initiatives, highlights a commitment to inclusive economic growth and maintaining domestic support for strategic decisions. public perception matters, showing that Trinidad is actively securing investment, expanding its energy capacity,